at embracing him and using him to ask questions that supported his Donald Trump's defense. Hey everyone out there in the land of YouTube. This is Annette Dion. I'm the host and founder of the Psychic News Network, and we're back, and it's Friday Night Live. What's going on? We made it through the week, and I think it's going to take the entire weekend to catch up on the details of everything that happened this week. That's kind of what we end up doing, right? Especially people that work Monday through Friday. If you do, you probably have to spend the weekends catching up. That's kind of what the Sunday shows are all about and everything, if you watch them. It's about catching up on what you didn't get to catch up on during the week. So even if you follow the news during the week, there was so much news this week that even if you were paying attention, you still need to catch up on the details. Yeah, we do our best. I have my Midas Touch shirt on tonight because I felt the energy. We need to knock it out. Hi, everyone. So, I have my tea. I am wondering what to read on first. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and hit the thumbs up. And let's not waste any time. Let's just get to it. The sun is out in New England. And it appears, according to the weather report, that it's going to be out for a few days. It's amazing. This is a Midas Touch shirt. I recommend it. It's comfortable. And I like what it says. We're knocking out fascism. That's what we're doing. Join us at Grassroots of Democracy, grassrootsofdemocracy.com. I was very disturbed by the Supreme Court little debate, the little, Supreme Court questioning, whatever they call it. Sunny, but in the 60s. That's good. Let's ask this. Oh, I did a show earlier. We did a pop-up, me and Kathy. Hopefully, hi Michael, and everyone else. Hopefully you caught it. We have our Democracy Smurf here supporting us. Yeah. I mean, when you think of how many times that they've had us reeling in anger, that's why we need our stuffed animals and such. How many times they've freaked us out. Yeah, delay is the name of the game. Well, moving towards fascism is the name of the game. So I decided to text Kathy, I'm glad she's there at the ready, to do a show. And we do pop-ups about the astrology of critical things that are going on every so often. And if you are a subscriber, and I hope you are, and please subscribe, hit the notification bell so that when we decide to do a pop-up, we give no notice. It's like a surprise. We pop up. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Yes, the Smurf was inspired by Jared Moskowitz when the dunce James Comer called him a Smurf. Let's see if he stays there. So definitely check out that show because we talked about the Supreme Court and the chart and what's going on with certain members of the Supreme Court. So let's start with that. Let's read on that. It's terrifying to have a Supreme Court that's gone this rogue and that's this corrupt. So corrupt as to go, let's think about this. How would it be if a president decides he doesn't like somebody and just decides to get the person he doesn't like assassinated? Let's consider that. Effing infuriating. I had a picture that I posted earlier I might have actually posted it on Facebook, of Putin with Trump side by side. Yeah, thank goodness for Ketanji Brown Jackson. So for any Supreme Court justice whose job it is to defend the United States Constitution as it is, that's what the President of the United States swears an oath to, along with the military, to protect and defend the United States Constitution. For them to have gone anti-democracy and into this kind of thinking, if you're not angry, you don't know what's going on, right? We need a dad joke already. My wife says I'm like the fabric version of King Midas. Everything I touch becomes felt. I like that. Yeah, what's Electra Storm saying? I missed it. Did I read what Kristi Noem did to her dog? She needs to be in jail. I did not. And if you share it here, people will get very upset. So maybe everyone can find out on their own. I don't think I want to read that. There's some things that you're better off not knowing. But we do need to know what the Supreme Court is doing. So let's take the nefarious cards out, because that is fitting. But before we do that, maybe we need a fairy. Let's do a forest fae. Let's ease into it. Let's just ease into it, all right? Let's ask for a little bit of assistance from some oracle cards. Let's start with that. That's going to help. Yes, I'm not going to look up what Kristi Noem did to her dog. Her whole, the whole energy of Kristi Noem is very disturbing, very sociopathic. Remember she was having an affair with Lebowski, what's his name? I might be getting his name wrong, Lebowski or something. And she's all like, oh, I'm such a Christian, yeah, I'm having an affair. Let's do that. We will choose a fairy card to support our energies. Let's see what we get. Maybe we'll pull a rune card too. Thank you for being here tonight. It's always appreciated. Please hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Lady of the Lost, give to others, treasure life and all its magic. Give to others, treasure life and all its magic. I'm open for giving. I'm open to giving and receiving. That was lovely. Let's do a rune. Hang on, let me get my rune cards. I think we need a rune. All right. Smurf is back on the seat. We're pulling her. You like that card? That was a nice one. Give to others. And a rune. It's Friday night. Pass it along. It's over here. It's still here. It's still not open. If you don't know what this is all about, just watch Wednesday night. This past Wednesday night, the 24th. Okay, so here's what we have for a rune. That's a rune stone. Rune stones tend to be really, really, really accurate. So the rune is going to give us some guidance going into the weekend. How's that? I don't know if you guys are feeling the astrological energy, but I noticed a couple things today with coming off this full moon in Scorpio and with Mercury going direct. Today it felt like things got a little bit more like expansive. It just felt different. What are you guys talking about? The shirt is from Midas Touch. Okay, you had a funk Friday because you watched a girl parrot mourning for the loss of her first love? I'm out of the loop here. Tornado day in Texas, and there's a guy that has a YouTube channel, Ryan Hall. He has a weather channel. So there's tornadoes in Texas, and there were tornadoes in lots of tornado warnings in Nebraska, was it? Pray for the people in harm's way from the weather. April is even though we're coming to the end of April, it's a very big month for tornadoes. So we have algae, and what it says is, open yourself to the raw power of it all. Know that we are this power, this divine form manifested. We walk with our lineages at the ready, guiding us inwards toward our greatest yet undiscovered strengths. We are the bridge between the seen and the unseen, that which is known and that which is not yet remembered. Root down to rise up. I love that. Root down to rise up. Yeah, Ryan Hall with the weather on YouTube, he's very good. He's doing a great public service helping people to be aware of tornado warnings. So I like this because this rune here, because it really is in alignment with the messages that I keep getting, which is like, we know that we are this power, this divine form manifested. We walk with our lineage at the ready, guiding us inwards toward our greatest yet undiscovered strengths. It's time for us to all pull this strength from within us and start using it. And with what's gone on with the Supreme Court, for example, for just one example, we have no choice but to root down to rise up. Yeah, Nebraska, Ryan Hall. Is Ryan Hall in Nebraska? Philip says, I'll be 50 next month. Well, happy birthday next month. And Watergate was 50. Was Watergate 50 years ago? Wow, this year? Are you guys sharing virtual glasses of wine? Well, it is Friday night. You had 2 funnel clouds in Utah yesterday, very rare. Okay, so, you think Ryan is from Kentucky? Yeah, I don't know. Invocation. Excuse me. Pardon me. Something important to say. Arms raised and palms turned skywards, I am willing. Let's do that. Arms raised and palms turned skywards, we are willing. We are open channels. Let's do it. We are an open channel. The essence of the universe pours through us, cleansing us, grounding us, protecting us. We are now, we are forever, we are guided, and we guide. It's a really good one. If you want to know where I got these, they're from a company called Tamed Wild. Ryan Hall has 117,000 watching tonight. Wow, yeah, there's a lot of crazy weather. This is a Wild Runes deck. Tame Wild, I like that company. They've got some good stuff. And if you're into Wicca, lots of good Wiccan stuff. All right. You feel a little stronger now? When we have 200 people present, we'll do a group hug and you'll feel even more stronger. More stronger. Now, let's do a reading on the Supreme Court. Dad joke. When 2 vegans get in an argument... I have to touch the screen to read it. When 2 vegans get into an argument, is it still called a beef? No, probably an asparagus. Tornadoes live in Iowa and Omaha got hit. Yeah, it was Nebraska. Okay. Excuse me while I put the rune stones away. Feels like a quiet Friday night. Magicians, martyrs, and madmen. We're reading on the Supreme Court. We're reading on the Supreme Court. What's going on there? What the energy looks like moving forward for the Supreme Court. Definitely check out the show from today. What are they up to? Why do they want fascism? Why do they want, certain people in the Supreme Court? Why do they want Donald Trump to get away with murder? I mean, truer words are hardly ever spoken than this one. I could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and get away with it. It feels like a bit of calm has descended. That's true, Dale Johnson. I agree with that. Donald Trump said back in 2015, I could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and get away with it. Truer words hardly ever spoken. So as far as the Supreme Court goes, they're playing us for fools. They're playing the American people for fools. They literally think we won't do anything about it. The Supreme Court justices who are so corrupt and so evil literally are playing us for the fools and literally thinking that we are not going to do anything to stop them. That's where they are. And the Eight of Wands is something's going to happen quickly. Oh, this is interesting. 45 is pretty upset. No one's outside the courthouse to cheer him on yet. This is no joke, or is not a kid playing around? They have a double. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm confused. The Supreme Court. The Eight of Wands indicates some fast action happening with the Supreme Court. They're playing us for fools. Let me read more on that. Let me be a little bit more specific. Can a Supreme Court justice be impeached? Yes, I just think it's a long process. Let me ask. Let me ask the pendulum. I've hidden my pendulums under my boxes of cards. Hang on. Okay, let me grab this one. Can a Supreme Court justice be impeached? I'm getting a no. So Paul is saying, my son can confirm there are no supporters outside the New York City courthouse. And I just talked to Paula and her son's there. And it's been reported on TV too. No, the pendulum says the Supreme Court justice cannot be impeached. You know, what we're really seeing is we're seeing that on the historic timeline, we're seeing, think about it this way. There are more than 8 billion people on planet Earth now. Back in, say, the 1950s and 60s, it was probably a couple billion. And so the odds are, with more people, there's going to be more bad people, right? And as democracy has kind of, plugged along, we have kind of gone from an era where people were basically, they could be counted on to be cooperative, to do the right thing, to support democracy, to support their country. And then the evil people started to get in. And the evil people got into the Supreme Court. And so we counted on people following the laws because we counted on people having respect for the laws. And that time has kind of gone away. And so now we have to figure out what to do collectively. We have to figure out what to do when we have a segment of the population, many of them in control, who've opted out of doing the right thing. And so we're in kind of a conundrum. Yeah, laws need to be changed and enforced. The courts used to represent honor. So we've lost, to a great degree, we've lost the state of the majority of the people acting with honor and regard for fellow human beings, for the good of all. I'm not saying it's not there. Yeah, I'm not saying that it's not there in society. But we have a segment of the population, many who are in leadership positions, who have opted out of following the laws. I thought about this a long time ago, that the legal system, before all these laws started getting broken, people were having no regard for the laws prior to Trump. And so now that's what we have on the Supreme Court. And even though this founded on that that democracy is a good thing and that we want to preserve it. Well, they don't. 3 more cards about what's going to happen with the Supreme Court and our democracy. What's going to happen with the Supreme Court and our democracy? They're going to inflict a lot of pain before changes happen. But it's going to be all out in the open. All the pain that the Supreme Court inflicts on the American people is going to be all out in the open. There will be no hiding it. So just like that rune card was saying, rise up. You know, get grounded and rise up. I do feel like, and we talked about this at Grassroots of Democracy last night at our meeting, I do feel like there's going to reach a point where we all come to a tipping point where more of us pounding away and getting our message out and getting, like, all these unions are now coming together supporting Joe Biden, the regular people. This reminds me of Kathy Beale would talk about this time that we're in with Pluto and Aquarius, certain astrological configurations is very similar to what preceded the French Revolution and what happened when the people started to revolt against being controlled and dominated and horrible things happening to them, being unfairly treated by a monarchy and by landowners. And we went from king or lord and serf or peasant, and that just being, that really disconnected from the people. We're in our high ivory towers, right? We went from that during the French Revolution to a time where the people revolted, and then that became a time when the middle class, normal people got power. So what we're going to start to see is after, the tumult, it's kind of like a volcano. We're all like, here we are, and we're kind of like, it's brewing, right? You're getting some buffering? I might have to reboot. Could be solar flares. Mercury went direct yesterday, so these problems should work themselves out. So the people, this is what I'm getting here. They're going to inflict enough pain. The buffering is only momentary. Okay, good. There's a lot of weird weather going on, so it could be that. Zircon, yeah, you're thinking the same way I'm thinking. There's a lot of pain that the Supreme Court will inflict, and the guides are saying it's intentional. They're doing it intentionally. They're hurting the American people intentionally because they can. And when we get agitated, things happen because we get mad as hell and we won't take it anymore. And so that's why I have the Ace of Cups here. Be ready for more pain inflicted. Let's ask this. To see how far they can go. Yes, they're definitely seeing how far they can go. That's actually kind of the mode that all of these nefarious characters are in. No one is above SCOTUS. No. That is true. You're buffering free. You don't have any buffering. That's good. If there's buffering, it will work itself out. Does that make sense? Dad joke time. Did you hear about the factory worker who fell into an upholstery machine? He's now fully recovered. Did that make sense? Hey, if you're new here, hit the thumbs up. I much appreciate it. Subscribe. And it's time for a group hug. Yes, dad jokes here. Thank you, Thomas. 1, 2, 3. We're in this together. We're knocking out fascism together. Good group hug. You feel so positive tonight. You know that you don't always, but it feels exceptionally positive tonight. Maybe y'all like my shirt. Go to Midas Touch and get one of these shirts. They're great. All right. Well. One thing I can tell you for sure. Hey, Damon. How's it going? One thing I can tell you for sure is that there will not be very many dull moments. This is what I can totally, 100%. There will not be too many dull moments. There'll be many opportunities to jump in. Remember those playground rides? Like when you go to the playground and it spins around. I'm sure they still have them. I'm sure they're more safeguarded now. But it's kind of like the thing is spinning around. These kids are on it and they're spinning around. And if you jump on while it's spinning around, you can jump on anytime. We'll let you in to be part of this. There's not going to be any time where the ride stops spinning. You just have to jump on. You think you're in the wrong section? The wrong section of what? Probably the bleachers, since yesterday was so depressing. What do you mean, Catherine? You're here. We got dad jokes. We got group hugs. How can you possibly be sad? Yeah, Zircon, I'm not talking about a merry-go-round. I'm talking about it's a playground ride. Or maybe they call it a merry-go-round. They were dangerously fun. Damon knows what I'm talking about. Well, I'm just kind of describing that's what we're in right now. It's not going to stop. We just got to jump on and get involved. Was it called the whip? Catherine's like, I'm here, so smile. Okay, good. Cheryl's watching the Red Sox. Oh, how they doing? Do you remember in the early 2000s, the Red Sox, when they won the World Series? Oh my gosh, that's one for the history books. That was really a fun time, speaking of the Red Sox. All right. I'm sidetracking. I'm going to tell you that on Monday I'll talk more about, I don't know the news about Harvey Weinstein, and I don't want to talk about it until I understand what happened there. Electrostorm, you called that playground ride the merry-go-round? I don't remember what we called it. There were some dangerous rides at the playground. The slides when you got really the sun got really hot, and these like steel slides, and you'd burn your butt. Good morning from South Africa. Oh, it's morning there. Well, thank you for joining us. I'm glad that you're here. We like having people from everywhere. Everywhere. South Africa, what season is it in South Africa? You're new to the channel. Well, hi and welcome. Make sure you subscribe. So I'm not going to visit the Harvey Weinstein situation because I don't know enough about it. I just want to read on what I've kind of heard about today. And I didn't have a lot of time to check in on the hour on the news. You like the monkey bars? The monkey bars are fun. It's Arbor Day today. Are you sure? Because I think that one's on my calendar, and I don't see it. You know what today is? Today's the anniversary, and I don't know. I'd have to really go back in my mind to figure out what year it was. It was in the 80s. Today, April 26th, is the day that Chernobyl exploded. Diane, we called it a merry-go-round. I usually held on for dear life. Yeah, you had to, right? Okay, Sheldon Whitehouse, we need you. I'm going to pull 3 cards about Trump. I'm going to pull 3 cards about the gag order and what's going to happen with that. I want to take a moment to say, okay, I'm going to take a moment right now to tell you all that it's really kind of amazing that I see as much of the chat and can comprehend as much of the chat as I do, given that it goes by so fast. So I don't want anyone to ever feel snubbed. 1986 was the Chernobyl meltdown. Yep. As far as Harvey Weinstein, somebody did put up, let's see. Trump keeps whining about cold room. Could be his heart is acting up. Harvey Weinstein is still locked up in California. It's only New York that will have to retrial. Okay. All right. So I'll read more about that. And as far as Trump being in a cold courtroom, if I had Trump in front of me right now, you know what I'd say to him about being cold in the courtroom? Well, maybe you should have paid your damn taxes to the state of New York. Then maybe they could have fixed that. Oh my goodness. What a crybaby. What a crybaby. Can you imagine committing 91 felonies? Can you imagine having that many crimes committed? They're just like with no conscience whatsoever and just breaking all the laws and breaking all the laws. Can we imagine this? Breaking all the laws, breaking all the laws, breaking all the laws, and being mad that you don't get away with it. Being mad at everyone, issuing death threats and just saying horrible things about everyone because you committed the crimes. And Damon's like, is that all I would say to him? That's what I would say to him about the cold courtroom. And somebody's mentioning that your dad felt cold all over when his heart was less functional. Well, there could be partly that, and because he does have heart issues, Trump. But also the judge even said, yeah, it's either hot or cold in here. That's how old the building is. That's how much the system needs work. He's used to speed, which makes you hot and sweaty. Well, apparently he's not doing speed in the courtroom. Let's see what the cards say about him. The loser! And the Supreme Court's over there going, well, gee, well, maybe, well, maybe he could get away with calling for the assassination of his opponent, just like Putin. I added that part. Everyone take a deep breath. I know, Tweet, you're saying that low blood sugar can cause people to feel cold too, but I'm also saying that also even the judge admitted that it's cold in the courtroom. Yeah. If he had paid his taxes to the state of New York, maybe it wouldn't be so cold. If you were a judge, you'd throw him a sweater. I know. Someone should just bring a blankie. He's acting like a crybaby anyway. Somebody should bring Trump a blankie. Maybe a little pacifier, too. I'm so sick of this man. So sick of this man. I do believe that he has heart problems. Yep. A granny shawl. Somebody crochet. I just really think. Who crochets out here? Who knits? I think. Do you have anything that you've knitted? You could send it right away. Send it to the courthouse in New York. And say, put Trump's name on it. Honey, I heard you were cold and I knitted you a blanket. Send him one made with granny squares. Let's do it. And some and some Febreze. Yes, I like it. Yes, do it. We have some crocheters here. And I know we have Judy who made the clothes. I need to change out their outfits for next time. We have some talent in the chat. I thought it was cold because I'm old, Crystal Blue Persuasion is saying. Now you all have me thinking I need to get my ticker checked. No, it's cold. It's, April 26th and it's cold here. Oh. So sick of this person. The Three of Swords. Speaking of heart problems, yes, he does have heart problems. Put a diaper inside the blankie. For backup. You guys are hilarious. His door is becoming a real problem. His door? Am I reading that right? Oh, dad joke. What do you get if you put a duck in a cement mixer, quacks in the pavement? I like it. Send Trump an Afghan. Yeah, the Three of Swords indicates that he's Let me ask the pendulum. Does this have to do with actual physical heart problems? Is it, or is it just heartbreak? Does it have to do with actual physical heart issues? My God. Yes, that's a yes. His main heart problem is he's very cold-hearted. Yes, Darren, I agree. Knight of Wands, King of Pentacles. Still thinking the loser thinks he's going to win. He can't win, he's a loser. Right? Trump the Bloodsucker is away from feeding grounds. What? Lost. Okay. I don't know why, but Trump thinks that there's a way he can win this. Is he just back to the pendulum? How can he think there's a way that he's going to win it? Is this a delusional? Is it delusion? No, he thinks he's going to win in New York. How could that be? Oh, by the way, earlier the pendulum said that a Supreme Court justice can't be impeached. And somebody was saying they can be impeached. I'm still getting can't, so I'll look into that. All right, so the cards are saying that Trump thinks he's going to win in New York. Okay. Does he have a plan of how to win in New York? No. I think he's just telling himself that over and over. And you know what makes me think that? We're going back and forth through a couple topics here, but what makes me think, and then we'll go back to the Supreme Court. Reportedly, and Mary Trump this is in his book. He's a master manifester, right? Right, and that's kind of what I'm on to. There's a way that Trump's brain works where and it's unfortunate. This is a good book. The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale is a good book. But it works with good and evil, right? So what I'm thinking, because he thinks he's going to win in New York, that he is psyching himself out. And he psyched himself. He says it over and over and over. I'm a winner. His father, Fred Trump, programmed him to be a killer, which should be very concerning. Tell that to the Supreme Court. And so he's got himself believing that there's no way he's going to lose this case in New York. Yeah. Anyway. Now, to switch back to the Supreme Court. Maybe through a mistrial. Okay, just so we'll kind of go back and forth. I just want to go back to the Supreme Court topic. When we're talking about whether a Supreme Court justice can be impeached. The pendulum is saying no, and because the pendulum reads the energy of a situation, I don't think it's telling us that the laws will be used to impeach a Supreme Court justice. I think what we're seeing about the Supreme Court justices not being able to be impeached is because they have it rigged somehow. Oh, okay. So Catherine's saying Trump was taught if you repeat a lie enough, it is believable, hence a big lie. Yeah, but what I'm talking about is repeating something to himself that he wants to have happen. This is a different thing. You're talking about how fascism works, but we're knocking it out. In his mind, Trump has psyched himself out to believe that there's no way he will lose. Yeah, Rose, I'm not saying that it can't be done with the Supreme Court. Yeah, and I'm not talking about the Goebbels approach to lying and having propaganda. I'm not talking about that. I'm referring to, sorry, I know I'm jumping back and forth. Some people hate when I do that. I'm referring to a different topic. Yes, I like that. Maybe if enough of us say over and over Trump will not be winning, it will trump his thoughts. That's why we call him a loser. If we get a chance, make sure we listen to the Howard Stern interview with President Joe Biden on his Sirius station. I heard a clip and, oh, cool. One of my favorite interviews that Howard Stern has done is with Neil Young, who's my hero. So the Goebbels thing and all that, how to be a fascist, Mein Kampf and all that, that's a separate topic. I'm not talking about that right now. I'm talking about the way that Trump's mind is, and that whole, propaganda thing, that's all happening. But how Trump's mind is when he's in the courtroom facing these charges is that he believes, because he says it over and over and over and over in his head, that he's winning. To be a loser in the Trump family, according to what Mary Trump has said, and I definitely pick up on it, is very forbidden. It's his innate narcissism. That makes sense. Delusional. All right, so let's pull 3 cards about how that's going to go. He's psyching himself out, and I believe that he's really won a lot of things he shouldn't have won because of that, the power of the mind. His father hated losers. Yeah, it was the thing to avoid. Yeah, he's using The Secret to manifest. The book about it works both ways. If you focus on something enough, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. Let's focus on the good. So more about that. Oh, Damon, your favorite card is up. How's it gonna go? I have both lover cards here. I have this one and this one. I actually feel like the love for democracy is gonna win this one. Happy Friday, happy thoughts! I like it. Yeah, Cohn, the lawyer who's on the other side now, taught Trump to deny. Yeah, deny. The Red Sox are losing. Losing, Cheryl. I'm just being the spelling teacher. They're losing. The lover card. Did you the Roman gods? Yeah. There's 3 lover cards in this deck. And I got both of them. The love for democracy is going to win. I just want y'all to know, because it's going to be like we all get involved. Not just us in this country. Damon, you're cracking me up. When in Rome. I'm going to pull 3 cards about how many weeks is he going to be in court? Hang on. How many weeks is Trump going to be forced? he's still falling asleep. Is it going to be 2 weeks? 3 weeks? How much longer of this do we have? 4 weeks? 5 weeks? 6 weeks? It'll be a full 6 weeks. I thought that it was malleable. I mean, I'm getting 6 weeks, but I thought that it could be. See, I don't know enough about the legal system, but we certainly are learning. 6 weeks. Fear of punishment diminishes self-esteem and goodwill. That's an interesting quote. They said 6 weeks. I know, I just thought that it could be less, but the pendulum is saying 6 weeks. That's a long time for him to sit in court. Yeah, let's ask the cards this. 6 weeks. I said a long time ago, before he was even arrested the first time last year, that I could not see it being possible for Trump to campaign for president, because he was gonna not have enough time because of he's gonna be in court. Your back would be killing you. Well, maybe if he paid his taxes to the state of New York, maybe they'd have comfortable chairs in the courtroom and a comfortable temperature. 3 cards about how he's gonna do over these 6 weeks. Dad joke. I said to my wife, I need to call the doctor today. Which doctor, she asked. No, the regular kind. How he's going to do for these 6 weeks. He's going to feel very isolated. Now remember, the other night, on Wednesday night, I got the card that indicated him sitting alone, isolated. This is how it's going to go. If he only paid his taxes, right? The courthouse would be in better shape. My goodness. He's going to feel isolated. Well, you know, his buddy Pecker is, some of these names, this is how he's feeling. He's feeling like he's being beaten up. David Pecker was his friend, and he's up there telling the truth. The Knight of Cups. I really do think this judge is going to put him in confinement somehow. I'm getting like around week 3. I see him in confinement. I do. All right. Meanwhile, back in the White House, the actual White House. Meanwhile, back in the Biden camp, boy, I just feel so much better. Meanwhile, I think of Joe Biden and I just see him flashing that grin, and it's just like, isn't it lovely? We need the better cards for this. Let's use the Psychic Tarot. Let's read on our president. Joe Biden, get it done. I mean, they talk about the law of contrast. I am so wanting life to be like just enjoyable. You know what I mean? Without all this ridiculousness. It's like everybody grow up. Everybody grow up. Riding with Biden, we're getting the technology set up for the future, building factories. The average gal is going back to work, to steady paychecks, a living wage, health care. You want Leonard Leo to go away. The problem that we have is that there's money in our politics. Well, that's putting it just mildly. So, how is Joe Biden doing on the campaign trail? He's getting unions galore. Unions. They all have, he has their back, so they have his back. How's it going for Joe Biden? Well, it looks like he's leaping over a lot of obstacles. Now, I got the Eight of Wands on the Supreme Court also, with the Supreme Court reading. You hope the internet connectivity policy gets reapproved soon. I don't know what that is. Solar panels for 1 million low-income families. Yeah, better Wi-Fi, better internet. The unions love President Biden. He's knocking it out of the park. Yeah, him on the picket line was key, but he puts his money where his mouth is. I mean, we have a person who used to illegitimately occupy the White House, who's just can't, anything that comes out of his mouth is a lie. And then we have Joe Biden, a regular guy who's honest. He's a good guy. Dad joke, breaking a leg during an audition ensures that you end up in the cast. That's one way of looking at it. I never liked that saying, break a leg. I mean, if I had a gig and someone was like, break a leg, and I was like, I hope I don't. If it was any more warmer in the court, Trump would be laid out fast asleep. We're reading on Biden right now. Actually, the problem in the courtroom for Trump is it's either too hot or too cold. Yeah, Biden's getting internet to the rural communities, and they're all flying their Trump flags, and it's like the rural communities are getting better everything, and they're just like, we want Trump. We need to change that. So the Tower card means that Joe Biden soon is going to break through and leap over all these obstacles that have been in the way. Now, let's consider, I'm going to start keeping a diary of all the different news items. I said I would do that. Let's remember that back in January, February, they had the Putin Republicans had it all laid out. We're going to impeach Joe Biden. We're going to get Hunter Biden thrown in jail, right? This is January, February. Now we're in April, the end of April, and it's all blown apart. It's all blown apart. And Biden's just like, yeah, whatever. See you guys later. I'm helping the American people. If Trump got immunity, so does Biden. Yeah, that's true. No, you're right. If Trump got immunity, then Biden would get immunity too, and he could kick the justices off the bench. What's going to happen, and I've said this, is what the Supreme Court comes up with is going to be all muddled. Hang on, I'm still reading on Biden. We have a lawyer dad joke. What does an attorney who works from home call his office? His legal pad. I like it. I love legal pads. They're great to write songs on. Maria is just posting that I have a class coming up. I'll do a little commercial in a minute. And it's called, I think you got the title wrong. Let's see, I appreciate the effort. It's called Releasing Religious Guilt, starting on May 18th. Go to psychicannetteDion.com. Biden gave a speech in Syracuse chip factory opening there. Yeah, union jobs. Everything that Biden is doing is mega exponential ways. In mega exponential ways is going to help the future. Yeah. Clarence lives in Syracuse and he was close by you. Yeah, you should go see him. Might be too late. King of Swords. Yes, this is Biden. The messaging, the strength, climbing over all these obstacles, all this BS from the colluding, the colluding Putin Republicans. Yeah, not working. Actual truth prevails. Chip factories in Arizona. The largest windmill factory in the world in Colorado. I'm taking my warm boots off. Oh, you like these cards. This is the Psychic Tarot. This might be a little bit hard to... Oh, I'm sorry, the Cosmic Tarot. I got the name wrong. The Cosmic Tarot, if you want to look for this one. Biden's message has gotten better. And they're just such polar opposites. It's so interesting. I mean, let's put to work the law of contrast. How horrid of a monster, a farting monster, smelly, ugly, as Donald Trump, the most horrible person I've ever borne witness to in my life. Battery factories in Ohio. There's him. And there's Joe Biden, the public servant. Let's make America better for the entire world. The law of contrast says when one thing is agitating you enough, you're going to put all your energy into what you do want. It has value. It really does. Oh, me, oh my, I'm in that time warp thing again. And Biden doesn't have a dead animal on his head. He does not. No. I think Biden has his real hair. And apparently, it is windy in the Northeast. It's been windy in the Northeast consistently for about 6 to 8 weeks here. So Trump is in New York and the wind is blowing his rug off of his head. Seth Meyers, when he roasted Donald Trump a few years back, he called it he was wearing a fox on his head. There was some kind of joke around that about fox. If you have a specific question, you can go ahead and ask. I do have tea leaves. Lawyer dad joke. What's the difference between a lawyer and a herd of buffalo? The lawyer charges more. Where is Kathy Beale and Warren? Doug is going to book a reading again soon. Just FYI, Monday and Tuesday I won't be doing readings because I have to move my office. But I'll be here for PNN. Yes, Biden's even cracking jokes about Trump. Biden said all the bleach Trump ingested went to his head. Now, Thomas, you're being appreciated for your jokes. Let's read on this. I actually feel a strong sense, and let's kind of take a poll. A casual poll. I get the sense about Biden that he's feeling pretty confident that he's got this in the bag. Biden cracks you up. I know, he's got a great sense of humor. He has Sagittarius rising. Yes, yeah, I know Warren said he had something to do tonight. I know, he tells me. 3 cards about... He's feeling very positive. I really feel like Biden feels like he's really in a strong position. That's you Sagittarius? Yeah, me too. And that's the optimism. We need an optimistic president. Oh, how about this one? Alina Habba was on some right wing. She says the stupidest you know what. Alina Habba. Oh my God. Can I swear on YouTube? I usually do get away with it. Yeah, Biden is a Scorpio with Sagittarius rising. I'm like the flip of that. And Biden also has his moon in Taurus, I think. So believe it or not, I have a lot in common with Joe Biden. Maybe I'll run for president. Wait. So I'm reading on his confidence. And I get the Tower card again. He's knocking it out of the park. Yeah, the money that Biden has from the American people makes a big difference. Yeah. So anyway, Alina Habba, the stupid shit she says. Someone just said you can swear on YouTube. Literally. Alina Habba said, Oh, Trump, he's such a positive person. Honestly, I hope someday we can maybe project into the future. I hope someday that we can make comedy movies out of this time. Speaking of comedy, we've got another dad joke up. My friend keeps saying, cheer me up. Cheer up, man, it could be worse. You could be stuck underground in a hole full of water. I know he means well. Oh my gosh. Marge is here. Good. I'm glad you're here, Marge. It's giving me permission to just cuss like a sailor. All right. The correspondence dinner will be fun. How can she say that Trump, he's such a positive person? Now let us just reflect on that for a moment together. Has anybody here ever seen Trump being inspiring and uplifting and trying to make your day better in a selfless way? Good Lord. Anyway, twice I got the tarot card for Biden, and it just really feels, and the Eight of Wands, it really feels like busting out. Like, you know, the Boston Marathon was on, it was on the 15th. And I love to watch the marathon at the end when they're neck and neck, and then the lead guy, just like, it's, you know, in the men's race, just busts away, breaks away from the rest of the runners. And that's what I feel like. Oh, I know. Lara Trump said there were 81 states. That's what I feel like Joe Biden is getting to, that place where it's just like, all right, I'm gonna leave you all in the dust. Going. Lara Trump. So look at the team that they have. We're lucky they're stupid. If you can put that in your gratitude prayers. Dear God, thank you, or Goddess, thank you so much that Trump and his minions are so damn stupid. Amen. Amen. We have tea leaves. Now, it's getting to the point at PNN that there's so many things to read on that we're leaving a whole lot out. So I'm going to ask you, you think Lara Trump went to Trump University? Probably. Marge liked the prayer. You read The Sociopaths Don't Laugh? It's a symptom. Yeah. Mr. Positive, he is not. I can't even think of a time, all the times we see Trump. Way too many. Makes me nauseous sometimes, really, like literally. The Arizona indictments, we can read on that. I've never seen Trump or felt him be uplifting. Even during the damn eclipse in 2017. You know, we had this eclipse this month, and it was like, oh, everybody be careful, let's all unite and have a good time. Big fat idiot. I think I'll just look up just so people can be talking about me more. The Arizona, I think I need the nefarious people. I get a lot of use out of these dark cards. Magicians, Martyrs, and Madmen Tarot. Some mad women in there too. That was beautiful. It was Wednesday night when we were on, and yeah, we were on, and the fake electors in Arizona got indicted. That was beautiful. I love when breaking news comes in when we're on. Let's read on them. The nefarious characters. You like these cards? Some people are concerned that I might get, you know, YouTube might penalize me somehow for using these cards because there's naked and violence. So on them. Nudity and violence. Okay, the Arizona fake electors. It's all coming to light, people. You know, dot cards. Mike, where are you from? You from the Northeast? Yeah, I like the deck. It's really kind of growing on me. It really fits. Who's naked? You didn't see any naked people on the cards? Oh, lots of naked people in these cards. Lots. The Arizona fake electors. 8 of Swords. This looks like jail time. Don't I think it's weird Trump thinks he looks good? It's like, he is like Phil Spector and he shot someone. Oh, yeah, I agree with that. Phil Spector was a weird guy. All that talent gone to waste into his sociopathy. The fake electors in Arizona, it's going to be very challenging for them. I do see jail time, but I see plea deals too. 6 of Pentacles, yep, connected to January 6th. They have the receipts. The DOJ has the receipts. This is in Arizona. The Arizona Supreme Court has the receipts. Yeah. They're not going to be in a happy place because they have no defense. Those fake electors in Arizona have no defense. I mean no defense. So all they can do is offer to tell all. Let's see. Are they gonna get something like a plea deal? They film themselves breaking the law. Dear God and Goddess in heaven, thank you so much for making Trump and his minions so damn stupid. Amen. Now I lay me down to sleep. What is this one? One of the 11 indicted in Arizona, her name is Christina Bobb. And she was made head of the RNC election integrity. Yeah. So, amen. Because if they were smart, we'd be in trouble. It's time for tea leaves. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I want to ask you to please take a moment to hit the like, hit the thumbs up, and take a moment to subscribe if you haven't already. I was reflecting today on how it's so interesting that YouTube channels are really dependent on the fans. So just know that it's kind of a cool thing, really. RNC election integrity is out like jumbo shrimp. Rose, you're killing me. It's kind of a cool thing. This tea is new tea. I went to Salem to get some new tea. I was running out. Let me tell you what it's called. Bukil Asan tea. Loose tea. ASSAN. Asan. So anyway, I was just thinking about how cool it is. Lois, you're here. That's all that counts. I don't think about this very much. These YouTube channels are all about us helping each other. So you help me by subscribing. You help me by becoming a member. When you become a member, I almost forgot. Tomorrow night we have a party where we get together. The High Priestess and the World levels get invited to a psychic party. We meet for an hour and I do readings. We talk about stuff. It's like coming to a party. So please become a member. And at all 3 levels, you get an affirmation in your inbox every morning to start your day. And I just remembered I need to send some new affirmations to Terry. What are you saying? Salem shopping witches Trader Joe's? What does that mean? Salem shopping witches Trader Joe's, yay. Okay. That sounds like a road trip for me. So, yeah, so please do all that. And please share. I mean, if you think people would be uplifted by the videos, just share them. I love you guys. Let's read some tea leaves. Now, my income is 100% dependent on what you're able to donate, and I'm a spiritual life coach, and I'm one of the best psychics you'll ever get a reading from, and I'm a humble person. I've been doing this work over 30 years. So take advantage of this talent that's here to help you. Also, Grassroots of Democracy, we started over 2 years ago. I started the group. We meet 3 times a week. On Saturdays, we have our Getting the Work Done session, and where we kind of just work together. On Tuesdays, we have a guided meditation for Healed America. You receive a recording of it afterwards. On Sundays, I have a church. It's at Church of Spirituality on YouTube. And on Thursday nights, we have a Grassroots of Democracy discussion group, which is excellent. And after that group, you receive copious notes of current things that are going on that we talked about and actions to take. If you cannot attend the Grassroots of Democracy meetings, you will still get the notes and everything. So go to grassrootsofdemocracy.com, get the information, and join us. We're all in this together. We want to save democracy together. Cheryl's putting up their Church of Spirituality. So now I have my own channel for that. So it's at Church of Spirituality. So please, take note. And you can sign up for the church program at churchofspirituality.online. And when I'm not doing all this, I'm writing and recording music. That's cool. I have a record coming out called Songs for Democracy. When I've got it mixed and I've got a cellist on the January 6th song, I'll spread that around more widely. I can send it to you. You can send me an email, AnnetteDion7@gmail.com, and I can send you a copy of the song about January 6th. There'll be more. Not done yet because it's tea leaf time. PsychicAnnetteDion.com is also where you go for everything that I'm doing, but I have a class coming up called Releasing Religious Guilt. It's a 6-week intensive. Check it out. Let's use the turkey feather. Oh, I was out today. I just want to say, get out into nature, especially if you're in the Northern Hemisphere and it's spring. It will make you feel so much better. Even if you feel good, it's going to make you feel even more gooder. So today I was out. There's a little a spot where I can, there's some trees and stuff, and I always hug a tree. And I was just kind of, taking a walk, and this beautiful hawk was right above me, and it sat in a tree, and we were just kind of communing for a little while. It was nice. So Arizona was gorgeous today. Just get out. I mean, that's what the fairy card said just a little while ago when I started and read that fairy card. Get out into nature, ground yourself. Don't miss the beauty of the life around you because of all the stuff that's going on. The thing is, when you go and recharge your battery in nature, you're more powerful of an influence. Okay. And that's my pontificating for the night. I love you guys so much, or I wouldn't even be here. I'm moving next week. I'm moving just down the street, and I will actually be in the business district even more so than I am now. So I'll be doing local business too. I stood barefoot on my grassy lawn backyard a few days ago for healing. If you want to know more about that, there's a movie, I think it's called Grounding or Earthing. So there's a lot of scientific research that's been done about the healing power of connecting to the earth. It was Earth Day this week, so we should be thinking about these things. There's a message, there's a pen. We're going to get some kind of a document or statement, a formal statement that's going to be of great importance in what's going on in the courts. Now, this could be a few things. But over the next few days, we're going to hear about a very important document. Somebody was asking about Zelensky. We'll look at that on Monday. Love the feel of the grass. Yeah, it's really good for you to put your feet on the earth. I'm looking forward to doing that at the beach, too. Let's see. What do you guys see? I'm going to let you tell me what you see. This is Mars, we have, that looks like a bird. That almost looks like a kookaburra. We have somebody here from Australia, right? That definitely looks like a bird. You see a dragon head? I see, this looks like a somebody playing a flute. There's somebody playing a flute here. It's like stay in harmony, stay in harmony, stay in harmony no matter. And also this is saying stay in harmony. This looks like, it kind of looks like a spirit being that's communicating through the music. You see a horse. Horse is reliable and sturdy energy. I see a child praying. Keep praying. There's a witch on a broom. Use your magic. And there's a lightning bolt. I'm telling you about nature. I'm telling you about going and Kokopelli. Yeah, I see Kokopelli. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Kokopelli. Yeah, so this is about the power of channeling from the other realm. You see a stick. Yeah, a stick is significant too. Hang on a second. Hang on, because there is significance to a stick, and there's a very prominent stick over the letter, which is about a message. Stick. I'm just going to tell you what that means, because it's so prominent. Let's see. They usually represent people. If they appear to be vertical. Okay, so this is about good news arising. I just threw down the turkey feather. Anyway, so yeah, children praying, lightning bolt, access the energy of the universe to create magic. Water is healing. Yeah, I love that you're putting suggestions about recharging your battery here. We help each other. I recommend this shirt. It's comfortable and I love what it says. It's from Midas Touch. Maybe I'll have merch someday. Please donate. If you donate, there's a tip jar there, and when you donate to my tip jar, I'm going to use that for. You saw a horse. Yeah, horse is stable. Stable energy. They live in stables. The tip jar money is going straight to my record. If you want to donate to my record, everything I'm doing here is funded by you all. When you donate to the tip jar, or you can send me a check, just notate that it's for the record. Dad joke, what does a house wear? A dress! Be good to yourselves. It's so important. All right, we're in this together. Love you. Namaste. See ya.